What's up YouTube, Mr. Lamacy here, and today we're going to be continuing our Let's Play. This is going to be the guided playthrough for the Light Sorceress. So, right now...
Would you pay $5 for Act 6 Llama?
Oh my god. Right now we are in the middle of this. We're in part Nightmare. We have used Nova, Charge Bolt, and then Nova through all of normal. At this point, I'll probably continue with Nova a little bit further. You, of course, can go into using Lightning if you would like, or have already started using that. And then we'll look at considering adding in another spec potentially later on, of course, as the game kind of continues further and we get into where there's a lot of light immunes and this stuff. Maybe we'll look at doing something like Frozen Orb with it, or we could do Hydra with it, or who knows. We'll kind of play around. Regardless, though, for right now, it's Nightmare, and load your characters up, and let's get into it. So we'll go ahead and do a quick look at our stats and skills. You can see here's our stats right now. I did put a little bit into energy, of course, just for a little bit of teleport, and just the mana for Nova, because it is a little expensive. Rest vitality pretty much, and the 35 strength. For the skills, you just got 1/1 right there. We have 9 in static because we had the additional +2 to skills earlier. But then we've got our Nova points. We just put 1 into Lightning Mastery right now. And then the 1/1 over here. And nothing in our fire skills. So this is our current setup there. For our gear, we have +1 Sorceress skills, 24 MF, 23 fire res, just a tier rune right now, 60 to life. This is actually a really nice find. Ancient's Pledge, Sorceress boots, little lightning res right there, nothing on our belt, and stealth. So this is our starting gear. Now the first thing I of course can do once I get to Nightmare is I can actually go look at some belts, especially if I boost my strength up a little bit more, which I'll do soon. As there are just going to be kind of like a little bit better boots and gloves and belts and all these sorts of things that you can very easily shop there. Didn't find anything immediately. But this is always something I like to do, and boom, look at that, 17 more life instantly just for taking a quick peek. Additionally, we could get faster run-off boots if we needed them, or some nice resistance gloves, different things like that. So, we'll go ahead and teleport out, and again, we still have the same idea of what I kind of talked about before, which is you can go in and either decide how you want to kill stuff, right? So you can either go for the just immediately jump in and drop a Nova, or if you feel like you need to kind of be there a little bit, you can drop a Frost Nova, then some statics, whatever it is. Mana potions, we're just gonna need a ton of mana potions, of course, for this character, as she does just burn through them a lot. So just be aware of that, and always be ready to kind of pick up some armors and gems and whatever stuff that's kind of worth some money, as that'll help. So we'll just do this, and we should be able to just use our Nova for the most part down here to kill a lot of the stuff. But for instance, you know, with the boss, ooh, lightning enchant, that's not fun. So, when you do get something like a lightning enchant here, there's a couple things you can decide. One, we could just go back and get our mercenary and see if he wants to come help out. So that's kind of an easy starter way. Say, hey buddy, what are you doing, Shaylin? See if he can work some magic here, if he just kind of gets insta-popped. And it looks like he's just going to get insta-popped. We'll also just put that in, because why not? It also generally is just one of those that it just kind of takes a while to kill and all this. So, again, at this point, I can either decide I want to keep doing it, or I can say, you know what, I got really unlucky. I'm going to pop out. And we can just go back in and do the den again. Not the most fun thing. And technically, the best way to do it would be to first go and check Corpse Fire when you are in Nightmare and in Hell. Like I said, kind of unfortunate. That's literally the only thing that I would run into that would make me have to reset. In Nightmare, in Hell, you might run into some more issues, but here you can just go to the end and clear around from the back to the front. So it technically is the best way to do it. But, you know, usually I take that chance because, hey, how often is it actually going to be lightning enchanted? Fortunately, sometimes. We'll continue with Nova.
I need mana.
And just make sure we've cleared out
Not enough mana.
this. And back to front, just like we were all taught as kids. Wait, no. Reverse it.
I need mana.
There's again a crystal sword right there. I have my crystal sword, but you could always take a look and see, oh, will this one actually get what we're looking for or not? Remember, I am looking to make that spirit rune word. We'll go vitality, and I'll put that point in Nova again. 3 to strength doesn't interest me quite enough. Actually, it does. Because I need 43 strength for spirit sword. So if I happen to get, you know, whatever runes I need immediately, that could actually be maybe nice. So I'm going to keep that just temporarily. And there's a Thol rune, which is perfect.
I need mana. I can't carry anymore.
So now I need Tal and Ort,
There's dark magic at
I
work.
believe. And of course, at this point especially, still feel free to kill as much or as little as you would like along the way. I'm really just kind of hitting up some boss groups as I go past them, but I'm focusing mainly on
I need mana. I need mana.
just advancing because I just want to get to the tower. I can get all that experience I really want when I'm there. So that's my focus, really.
I need mana.
And I'm also trying to be aware of the types of mobs that I'm encountering, because I don't want to fight, like, you know, tainteds and stuff really too much here, especially if they get some bad spawns. That would just be pretty nasty for us. However, archers aren't the worst. This guy is cursed, unfortunately. But, like, if I can get the jump on those archers, it's not too bad. If, you know, it's cold enchant archers, extra strong, and that sort of stuff, now it definitely gets a little worse.
Not enough mana. Not enough mana.
So we're just killing some random
carry
dudes. And looking for the tower, of course, now.
Not enough mana.
I'm not really. We'll see how it goes. Always good to find your waypoints too, if you can. Not to find every one of them, but just finding a couple waypoints, and especially if they're near your, shrines, if they're near your waypoint, that can be really helpful. Okay, so we have one shrine right there,
This place holds many secrets.
and we can work our way down into the tower.
Not enough mana.
And we're also definitely at the point where we could raise the player count if we wanted, I would say. And I probably will end up doing that because I only need Ral and or Talon Ort. So let's go ahead and go to like players 5 and see how that feels. And again, whenever I do something like that, the thought has to be that
It's locked. I need mana.
I am always changing it back to players 1 before I get to the Countess. As long as you're willing to do that, you're good. Otherwise, I mean, you're doing it more for experience and less for actually finding bosses to kill and stuff. More vitality, and we'll go to 5% boost there. We'll do more here, so we'll go to Lightning Mastery. See what we have over here. The boss.
Mana.
And we'll go down to players 1.
Not enough mana.
Players 1 for Countess is best for her rune drop. Okay.
Good day.
So Tal, Thal, just need that Ort rune, and we're good to go. I'll go back to players 5. Actually, let's do that. New runes are not in offline mode yet. Optimum for players 3 is, well, I mean, players 7 is technically the best for finding keys, but players 3 is a big boost. Players 7 is, you know, smaller, but if you can kill just as quickly, then just do players 7, right? It just depends how fast you are. But players 3 is a nice improvement on it.
I need mana.
Yes, it has to be an offline character to set the players count. Online characters, you literally just join a game or have people join your game that are people, right? Because it's literally a player count. So the reason /players exists is to simulate more players being in your game and the difficulty increasing, while you can't actually have that in single player. The cold enchanted was too rough. Yeah, players 5 archers is not generally recommended. I wanted to give them a try, but they are unfortunately a little too strong. So again, this is kind of a go as fast or as slow as you want. And it is decent experience done here. And again, we're not looking for crazy stuff, right? This is actually like such an amazing tower for rune finding. Make sure I go to players 1. But this tower is really good. Everything is just a quick turn, so it's less of a tower that's built for experience and more just really fast getting the runes you want. Which again, now that I'm level 33, I probably can chill a little bit more on that players count. Definitely getting a couple levels in it helps a lot though. Dole F. And we'll grab that. You can't upgrade it. Can you put Hodo and Aneth out? You can. I mean, it's not quite as desired, but you can do it. Alright, yeah. So I'm just going to stick on players 1 here, and I'm really just going to try and go get my runes. So again, the runes I'm looking for are Ort Rune, another Ort Rune, and a Soul Rune. And that'll be perfect. Oh my god, pop the chest. Soul Rune. Now, of course, I can also go and farm normal Countess if I really want to just power through, get those Row Runes and cube them. However, that does require me to just kind of like not get any experience and stuff, right? So there is a Soul Rune. Beautiful.
Good day.
And a Row Rune, so that does give us one more Row, which is nice. And we just kill a little bit of stuff here and there along the way. Another point in Light Mastery and Vitality. I mean, seriously, look at this map. That's crazy. Actually crazy how insane that is for finding runes. There's one Ort. And that's actually a super helpful one. Because you'll see right here, Talthol, Ort Am, Talthol, Ort Am. 35 FCR. Let's go, baby. Finally, after rolling so many bad ones. And also a very nice charm here. 12 hit recovery, 24 mana. So also super nice. So we will look for one more Ort Rune.
Yes.
And I'm also going to move some of these over. I'll keep a couple. Couple more Row Runes also works. Maybe even one more Row. I'll have to go look exactly what I have, but right there is some llama drama happening. Is there? If maybe for a Spirit Shield later, but remember, Spirit Shield can't be gotten until Hell, and it requires a White Monarch Shield, or you know, an Aegis, or you know, one of the other higher strength ones. But at least that. Yeah. So don't expect, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, why not make Spirit Shield right now? And it's like, I'd love to, but I can't, you know. And I didn't get my strength in quite fast enough. I went to Vitality instead of Strength on that last one, so I just need one more level up as well. But again, we're just looking for that rune there. And hopefully we'll level while we're grabbing it. Perfect, we got our Ort Rune. Okay, so really fast, I just want to go kill and level up and get strength. Okay, so first things first, we have our Spirit Sword. Now, obviously I don't need to tell you why Spirit is good, but I'm going to tell you why Spirit is good. +2 to all skills is fantastic. FCR is huge. We hit the max roll. 55% hit recovery is massive. 22 to vitality, 92 to mana, and even 6 magic absorb, right? So it has some of those other stats, defense versus missile, things like that, whatever. But really getting that hit recovery FCR skills and then that Vita and mana just does a massive thing for the character, especially this character who needs more mana for all this Nova and teleporting and everything. Now we also have the helmet, Ort Soul. This is a lore helm, +1 to skills, 10 to energy, 30 light res. Also get a little mana per kill, which is just a nice little boost. And again, racking up these plus to skills is just going to be super helpful for this character. So something that we'll definitely kind of look at doing over time here. Otherwise, we can kind of just put that stuff away there, but slowly building it all up. And again, at this point, if you want to be lightning, something like that, you totally can. I'm just going to continue with Nova. Nova's doing pretty well. I also will say at this point, and I don't have a great map for it, but you can do this, and you can shop for a red wand if you are below level 36. So you can see I'm level 35. So I can go to Akara, and whenever there is a wand that is red, not like the color of the wand is red, but it's unusable, I can look for that wand. And you can't get this below level 31. So at level 31 to 35 is the ideal time to shop for it. And I'm looking for lower resistance charges. So this is Poison Nova charges. And I'm just resetting Nightmare right here. And why does it need to be red there? Well, because lower resist charges require level 36 to be used. I am level 35, thus I would not be able to use it, so it will be a wand with required level 36 on it. There's Bone Spirit, there's Zeal. Yes, Brian. There's Zeal, Poison Nova. Unfortunate. Usually you can get this pretty quickly, actually. There you go. Lower resist charges, and you can see I have just enough money. If it doesn't come with other mods, it will be 65,000 to buy. And perfect. So I can have that for level 36. It's great for like on swap or something. You can use it for bosses, that sort of stuff. Will I speedrun Resurrected? No. It's a terrible game for speedrunning because it's built around monetization and such, not around being a game.
The monastery. Ondariel Strong. I am overburdened.
Now I do need money, so I'm gonna grab some stabs, try and get a little money there.
If there was magic here, it's long gone now.
Put the waypoint.
I can't carry anymore.
And now we'll just kind of progress. Again, I'm level 35, so I'm pretty good where I'd want to be in Act 1. I'd say, now again, obviously you can level up as much as you would like. But for me, this is probably being like level 33 to 41, 42 is probably where you're going to end up at. Depending how much farming you do in Act 1 and how much farming you did prior as well. And you can also see my resistances are just so much better now.
I am overburdened.
Thanks to the lore and just kind of some gear we've got and stuff rolling. So that's really nice. Having that 66 fire, 75 lightning res. Ranger pledge, all that. Money, money, money. And again, on this character, you will need to take time to focus on getting the money. Right? We'll need to spend a second. And again, in these sorts of situations, when you run into lightning enchanted monsters and things like that, as you've seen me do, tainteds, just mobs that are not going to be ideal, you don't always have to kill them. Sometimes the best thing to do is just run away. Right? Those guys have high lightning. Not worth it. Now, if you want to farm Nightmare and Dario, this is where you can get your SOJs, right? She's actually the best spot in the game to get SOJs. And other gear. It's not a terrible spot. She might be able to drop like Skin of the Viper Magi as well. Then, of course, on level 2, you can go with the Waypoint. And you can come down and make quick work of her. Do that a few times over and over again. Help the character out. Sometimes when the mobs are buried more in here, it's kind of annoying because you kind of have to fight them almost a little bit. But such is life, and this is also why having good light res is very helpful. Now, I will say Nova's not the best boss killer. It's definitely more of an AoE group kind of killing skill. And the damage will be a little bit worse for bosses. But it's not terrible. It's not like end of the world or anything. But it does just take a little bit. The lightning res isn't for Andy, it's for like the taints and stuff.
Greetings.
Yeah, you could just hold and click, or click and hold. But you have to click some button. Nice. So this is where you can take a look at what our current FCR is. It is 60, which means one additional piece is going to be a big boost to us. I don't believe I have any rings anywhere. I do love this 60 to life amulet, but 10 FCR plus the 38 cold res here is super nice. A little extra mana and whatever isn't awful. And again, we can get another boost to a belt just by looking to buy really quickly. And just doing as such. I also, of course, can go shop Elzix. He's actually one of my favorite people to shop at, as he just has a ton of boots and belts and gloves. And you can literally telekinesis the sewers right here.
Hello.
For just a quick in and out to just check what he's got.
Good day.
And just see, oh, I can upgrade, you know, get some 30 faster Runrock boots with 25 fire res on them, or whatever the pieces are. There's some hit recovery on a Demon Hide sash. I'll actually buy that. Demon Hide sash gets me that extra slot, which is really nice. Night Hob, Catalysis, Smiling John, G23, thank you guys. Wow Burger, thank you. Oh god, Bichet and Azaleos and Holy Toby. I didn't realize I had this muted still. And Subler.
Moo.
Subler gifted a tier 1 sub to Reaper 881,911. This is their first gift sub in the channel.
Do you have to play dual spec as a sorceress? The answer is kind of yes and no. Playing purely just one spec is actually pretty tough for a sorceress because there's just so many immunities in hell that without, like, you know, a decent mercenary or something, you're just gonna run into too much trouble. If you have that mercenary, though, you can potentially make it work. Again, it will still be kind of difficult. And we'll just keep going Lightning Mastery and Vitality. And again, we're seeing the strength right now. We're really starting to strengthen up some here. Could definitely up the player count if we were feeling it a little bit. That would totally be viable, as we're doing pretty good damage. Additionally, we can also now put this on our swap and set that so we now have low resist in the event that we need to low resist some stuff.
Not enough mana.
Drop that. Also, once I do get to this potion set, I actually don't mind running some rejuves now for a little safety.
I can't carry anymore.
And check out what the gauntlets are. Nothing. Okay, we'll see if we can find a waypoint. There's the exit. And waypoint.
Welcome to my shop.
So dark.
Hello.
Not enough mana.
I'm generally not stopping and killing a ton of stuff in Maggot Lair just because it's pretty annoying to do so. But if I do run into some good bosses, I might, you know, stop and kill. Didn't really see a lot of stuff there, so we'll just bounce in and out really quickly.
Greetings.
Oh wait, oh wait.
Not enough mana.
I love and hate the Maggot Lair. Now, of course, be a little careful down here with snakes, just because they can do some good damage. And they will catch you and knock you into hit recovery if you teleport in the middle of them sometimes, so that part can be kind of annoying.
I am overburdened.
Down here, you can always just pop the altar first, and then just kill some snakes for a little bit of experience. And leave out.
It is an honor.
Nice and easy. And head up to Mr. Drog. See what he's got to say. Y'all know how the game goes. Transmute the staff. And again, I'm really just kind of teleporting through And if there's bosses I see that I want to stop and fight, I will. And a lot of times it's just, you know, you'll kind of figure out on your own as you're playing what bosses you like fighting and what stuff is just horrible. For instance, the cold enchanted archers that I tried to fight at Players 5 before. Bad idea. Bad idea. But, you know, fighting like Fire Eye and stuff, especially with lightning, not too bad.
I'm overburdened.
And this character still is going to be a little bit scarier. Now I'm going to put these points into strength just so I can drop this charm off if I need to. That large charm that I have. And Arcane Sanctuary, I'm really generally not stopping for much at all here. First way. Wow, first way and a 35% spirit. Who is he? Not my llama, imposter. And we can just sell all those. Another Ort Rune is nice. We'll go ahead and hold on to that. And continue out. So our double down arrow.
I need mana.
And go to Duriel. Now, again, you can stop and kill as much as you would like here. Tombs are a great place to get that experience. So, nice and easy. Additionally, as always, if for some reason you are if for some reason you're having trouble with your cold res and it's too low, this would be a great time to just go and get some thawing potions, drink thawing potions, and each one that you drink is going to get you up to 50% more cold res for 30 seconds. But I'm feeling pretty good on it. I can swap over. I can lower resist Duriel. Make it easier to kill him.
No.
It's been 84 years. Keep up the stellar content, Sir Llama.
Thanks, Grundaily. And again, like I said, this is not going to be the best boss killer that you have, because you are required to kind of stay close. The damage is much better for just kind of those like groups. So bosses will be kind of the hardest part for you here. I say the hardest part, and that still is pretty crushing,
26
right?
town
Like,
portals from Duriel.
thanks, Zoffers. Thanks, Kron. But just like that, you have crushed Act 2. How easy was that? You're looking good, you're feeling good, and that's why you got the job. And we'll go ahead and pop these on. Give yourselves the clap. 30 cold res, always very nice. And we'll do that and then continue forward. Go to Mr. Act 3. It's already clapping emotes. You can also look right here, I do have these gloves, but not quite as good. Though the chance for Frost Nova isn't bad. So, Act 3, for reading these maps, the best thing I can say is go watch my video on how to read maps in Act 3.
I can't carry anymore.
It will change your life.
I don't sense any magic about this item. Very strange. strange.
Remember, lightning enchanteds, we don't feel the need to fight. It's okay to just run away from them. I also am level 37 though. So in some event that I wanted to start working into Hydra or Frozen Orb or something like that, I totally could right now. I could also respec and drop some points out of some stuff to kind of push our way over there as well, right? For right now, I'm just going to continue doing the same path that I had before, which is just Nova until we get to that point where we need to shift out of it. And then I have my respec available, so I'm not really worried. This is also a great place to get experience. We'll continue with Vitality, by the way. Great place to get experience. Just killing stuff around here, a lot of little dudes, and then especially my favorite is the Flare Jungle. This is probably Great Marsh, but we'll see, yeah. Got a skip, always nice. And we'll kill some bad boys. So, easy, easy.
Good day.
53 to life. Nice, but of course, what we have is better with our Lorehound. And just gonna rack up on those, and then additionally, I will put some more rejuve potions away right now. So yeah, I'm level 38, which is why I don't feel a crazy need as much to increase the player count here, but if I did want to, it would totally be acceptable to just go up to like players 3 or players 5. As, like I said, this is a really good place where you can start to grab some quick experience.
I can't carry anymore.
Killing some bad boys. And you can see how fast my experience bar goes up. And these are just killing plain mobs, right? Not even like bosses or anything. Continue with Lightning Mastery.
I can't carry anymore.
Battle Staff. Still need to make sure I keep getting money as potion drinking. Even with the lore for mana per kill, the spirit for all the extra mana, all that stuff, it doesn't matter. It's still so expensive. Now, one thing about the Jidbin here is make sure you don't go to town after you pop it and before he spawns. If you do, sometimes he just doesn't spawn. And we get a bad spawn there where he has lightning enchanted, so I'm actually gonna lower res him so I can actually do more damage and kill him.
I am overburdened.
If I had that lower res wand earlier when we were in the den, I could have done the same
I must
thing.
take this to Ormus.
Help ourselves out a little bit. Anyways, we go back here, and I'd love to get a nice FCR ring, but we'll see what we pick up. Sell that, lightning mastery, 3 to Hydra, 2 to chilling armor. Ooh, nice. 2 max damage, and we did get 10 FCR, but nothing else really on it. which is very sad. 1 to strength. I do kind of like that plus 60 to life though that we have on the other one. So I think I'll still make the swap and we'll just lose 15 light res and then the 38 cold res for now. And we'll maybe it's actually better the other way. But the life is a big boost. So I might end up switching back. Probably for Hell I will especially. I mean 200 FCR source is really fun, yeah. And again, this is the player's 5. So you're gonna see a lot of experience gained, but also a little bit harder to kill.
I need mana.
Now we're just gonna go look for a waypoint here, so we can go back and do this. Dungeon Mastery Vitality. And we'll go down to players 1 here. A little bit of safety. And still plenty of experience. I need to go to sewers. But before we go there, maybe Talzami. Kill some bosses, of course, and we are going to look for the temple facing to the bottom left in the Kuros Bazaar. Not the one facing to the bottom right, just the one facing to the bottom left. This is going to be the one that has Serena, which is going to be the one that has Lamb Essence Tome.
I am overburdened. I am overburdened.
Which we can use to get some plus stats. Also, there's generally a lot of bosses in there to kill, so that's also nice. And just a lot of nice boss groups out here for us, so again, Act 3 is really a good place for this character. Just a lot of bosses that she can go in and fight.
I can't carry anymore.
Chain gloves. Fortunately, doesn't do too much. That's okay.
I can't carry anymore.
And we'll grab the heart. Yeah, I mean Nova's got some good damage. We're level 42 already. So we're in a good spot there. This is single player.
Yes.
Okay, so that Iratha's unfortunate.
Good day.
Oops. That was weird. Plus it is broken in that it takes you to the wrong spot. So we'll get the golden bird. Yeah, it's not in the queue, it's there. And take these over. Give that, get some stats, get some plus to life, and on this character who's so fragile, having all of that is super nice. Big win. Now, Travangle can be a little dangerous. So, you know, do be careful there. You can also, of course, lower resist them if you would like. But again, with our damage and the way that this works for our character, the biggest pieces are make sure that you are getting those first hits off, right? That tends to be how she just kind of plays best and wins overall. It's just she strikes first. If you strike second, a lot of times it puts you in a tougher position. So that's one of my favorite parts about the Nova Sorceress is I do think she's a little bit more high skill.
How would you rank resists in order of usefulness, and why is it lightning first, fire second, cold third, and poison last?
It's either that or fire. Fire and lightning I feel like are usually pretty equal. Poison resist is the least obviously important because it's not needed, because you can just heal through the poison damage. Fire is pretty deadly in its explosiveness. Lightning is deadly, but mostly in the fact that it's such a wide range, you can just get popped by it. And cold damage is generally a little lower, so not as important.
I can't carry anymore.
And wow. Act 3 done. Give yourselves a clap. Nice and easy. If you forgot the soul stone, remember Cain will always just give you a soul stone. But nice and easy. Great way to get yourself a little bit of experience. I love Act 3 for all of that. And we can continue through Act 4. We're level 42 here. Looking good, feeling good.
Moo.
I am still clapping from finishing Act 1.
Not enough mana.
Good job. Thanks, 10 billion. And same sorts of stuff out here where I am just coming around killing things. Whatever. Now, additionally, remember you have those low resist charges. They're not just something that you can only use in, you know, on bosses, right? For instance, if this is something I want to kill a little faster, I can drop a lower resist on all those mobs, and that'll really
I am overburdened.
juice me up, right? So feel free to be to use that a little bit more. Just remember, it does cost money, a few thousand per charge that you use. So if you use charges all the time, then it's going to start getting a little bit expensive and stuff. But if you don't mind that, you have gold, you're picking up a ton of stuff, whatever. Do as you would like. And we'll do Ijul really fast. Pick up all our plus to skills, put them in light mastery. I've got a bonus one, I'll put it in static since that is a synergy. And more vitality. Now some of you might be saying, hey, what about going into like energy shield? And you could. It's not something I'd 100% recommend without a ton of gear. It is still, you know, a nice like kind of 1-point wonder a little bit. So if you find something that just gives +1 to energy shield or something, I think that's actually not terrible. Especially if you can get a few things with a little bit of plus, you know, mana and such. So I do think there is a way that you can play it, hybrid it a little bit, and it's not horrible. But I'd say for the average person, I wouldn't recommend it here. I would say just stick with the more vitality build, and then if you get some better gear and stuff along the way, then you can look into doing that. And we got a lightning enchanted Mephisto, so we're just gonna say no thank you. We can come back and do that in the next game. Thank you, Practical Alchemist. And again, this is the beauty of game is, you know what, if you get a bad spawn on stuff like that, just reset it. You know, you don't have to kill every single thing always. And this could be the same in the Chaos Sanctuary. Maybe you go in the Chaos Sanctuary and you get a terrible Disay spawn or something. It's fine. And you can telekinesis the Forge, which is super helpful. Lumrune right here, so that does give us the option of a smoke. And that's always, you know, super nice to consider. So Nephlum in a 2-open socket is a 50 all-res armor. And this is where I would highly recommend going and looking at what are some of the armors that you can get from the runes that go up to Umrune. And even not just armors, but the other sorts of things, helms and whatever. Shields, blah, blah, blah. So you can just go over and look up, you know, like D2 rune words. This also gives us the option of like Splendor, right? So if I go here, you can see Ethlum makes Splendor, +1 to all skills, 10 FCR, 10 energy, regen mana, 20 MF. It's nice, however, I would lose all of my resistances, which is pretty brutal, right? So I get the plus skills and the 10 FCR, but I lose all those res, which hurts a lot. Smoke is that 2-open socket armor, 50 all res, 20 hit recovery. I mean, very, very nice. It's mainly just a 50 all res armor. 10 energy also isn't bad. But you can look at this stuff. You can look at something like Treachery. If you get a Lemrune, right? Which is 20 hit recovery, 30 cold res, but really that chance for fade and chance for venom. You can give this to a mercenary, or you can let it be on yourself just for that chance to fade, and you can swap it off with some other armor as well. Put your stealth back on or something. So you can really look around just at some of these different things and figure out what is going to work best for you. Yeah.
Hail to you, champion.
So smoke would be, like I said, I think smoke would be the thing that would work best for me. I have currently 70 FCR. I can get up to 80 FCR with my amulet on as well. And then I can go... I could maybe try and craft an amulet. The thing is, if I can get up to 88 FCR, then I can drop my stealth armor, right? So I just need a little bit more somewhere. If I get one more ring or something, that'll put me at 90, and then I could drop it and be totally good to go to smoke and be in a great spot. So you just have to do some of those FCR calculations, figure out what is going to work best for your character. But I do like being on this 63 FCR breakpoint right here for sure. Very helpful.
Hey Llama,
Hey.
what's the most challenging build to level that's strong at endgame?
And this one's a little challenging for leveling because I do feel like you're having to dive in on top of stuff.
I need mana.
Poison Necro. True, he's pretty bad leveling up.
Not enough mana.
But you can level him as not a Poison Necro. And you're okay, right?
I need mana. Not enough.
And again, sometimes you may run into, you know, Lightning Enchanted and all that stuff, and if it's just not going well for you, well then feel free to reset your Chaos Sanctuary. Whirlwind Barb is atrocious to level. Never level as a Whirlwind Barb. Biggest mistake I ever made. lightning mastery, vitality, 5% MF. And if you stand close enough to Diablo, his lightning actually goes over your head in Nightmare and in Hell. Just a fun little tip.
I need mana. Not enough mana.
But you gotta be like right on him in Nightmare. In Hell you can be pretty much anywhere. Normal doesn't work though. That's just due to a way they poorly implemented some stuff. But his other attacks can then hit you, so you have to, you know, make the decision. FCR for Druid useless. Not with the way that fire skills work now. And Act 4 is done. Wow. We're just flying through here. Thank you, real there, by the way. Absolutely flying.
My magic will break the seal.
And Shank is lightning immune or enchanted, so I'll lower his resistances. So it's easier to kill him. And it's just the same stuff again, right? Just the same easy stuff. Again, if you're looking for a super great place for leveling, right out here.
Are we not giving the clap anymore?
Right out here. This is also a fantastic place to get gold. Just as a heads up. So I will jump out and back in real fast. But I'm level 44 right now. But like, let's say I really want to get, you know, higher level there, right? I'm like, that's not good enough for me. I need to get higher. Oops. I can just go out here, do like players 8. Go to Frigid Highlands. Static it all down and just pop it.
Not enough mana.
Huge experience. Look at that. Look at all that experience. A little dangerous with those archers. Not the most fun. Better if we get like no archers there, but I mean, just absolutely massive. And you could just do this over and over again. For sure, Horde. And like, that's the fastest leveling ever. Just doing that. So you can do this and just level up, you know, multiple times. All lightning mastery and vitality again. I'm gonna go back to P1, but you can just do that a few times over. Just super great place to really snag that easy EXP. Assuming you don't want to do Bale Waves and all that stuff. But again, Bale Waves kind of take some time, and you gotta wait for all the pauses and all of that. There's some danger. You've got wave 3 with the lightning enchanted, blah, blah, blah. So it's kind of one of those. Also, I like to grab this waypoint, and then we can go save Anya. There she is.
I am overburdened. I can't carry anymore.
Nice and easy. Perfect. Nice and easy, 10 additional all res. We love that. Grab waypoints, always good checkpoints. Frozen Tundra, another waypoint. And we can just head forward. Yeah, I definitely think learning how to approach mobs and what mobs to approach is a super important, critical part of the game. If I didn't have any of those previous waypoints that I just got, I would definitely go get the waypoint down here. Because I do, I don't feel quite as inclined. I feel more okay, like, kind of skipping the Ancient's Way waypoint here. But if you don't have another one, I would highly recommend grabbing it because you don't want to have to reset all the way back. Now, again, if we run into Lightning Enchanted here, we're going to reset it, right? You can also, of course, drop potions on the ground if you want, just to, like, have some, you know, ground potions or something.
Salutations.
You can do that as many times as you want if you feel like you'll need more potions. But for the most part, I'm just looking and we are good. Don't just sit and take a bunch of hits like I did. Losing lower res here is very nice as well. The cold enchant is a little annoying. But we just need to kill those two. And then Maddox's gonna be just the biggest pain. Again, I can always low resist on him. But he just has a higher light res in general, so just, you know, a little bit annoying. Light mastery and stats. And if you want to kind of save that until you've done a few more of those players 8 killings out there, you totally can. So again, that's kind of a great way to really get some quick levels. You can take that Nightmare Players 8 to, you know, up to like level 60 easily just doing Eldritch. For this level, I like to go ahead and grab the waypoint personally. It's best to run in a counterclockwise direction to find it. Be careful of souls if you don't have good light res. But that waypoint's just really good for safety purposes. And so you can do multiple bail runs if you're wanting to do multiple bail runs. So it's down there. And in the throne, of course, we're just checking to see if we run into, you know, anything that's going to be too awful. So not too bad there. We do have dolls, so we just have to be careful and make sure we kind of keep our distance when we're killing them, of course. But otherwise, pretty straightforward. Now again, wave 3 is going to be the biggest difficulty here. Of course, you can also change, like I'll go players 5 right now for wave 1. You know, you can try it out. Let's go players 3 for wave 2. Lightning Mastery, Vitality. Could have gone a higher players count there if we really wanted. Players 1 for wave 3, as they have that lightning enchant. I'll drop lower res on him. And we'll try and kill Bartok. Not too bad. I'm going to go players 8 on wave 4, as wave 4 is usually the easiest, I would say. Especially in like Nightmare once you really have some good skills. And static doesn't matter with player count, right? So it just kind of always dominates.
Not enough mana.
Additionally, feel free to use a lower res if you would like to really just help out with a little bit of the killing, but there is a lot of levels to be gained. You can see we literally level up twice on a single wave there.
Move.
Thanks for the nice content.
Just from doing that. And I'm going to go to players 3 for the last wave. We might be able to get away with more, but seems like a good starting place. Thanks, Bidu. Cast lower res. That wasn't too bad. And we're still on players 3, I think. It's okay. We'll lower res Bale. And we'll just kill on players 3, so it'll just take a tiny bit longer. But he shouldn't be too difficult, especially if you've got some resistances up from just killing some stuff before. That will help it a ton. And now we just kind of lay into him.
Move.
If he does clone, you can either kill his clone, or you can run away, go to town, and it'll disappear after 8 seconds if you are far enough away. So don't leave a portal right next to him. Make sure you leave a portal like over here while he's there. Otherwise, what more do we need to say? Nova Sorceress just crushed Nightmare. There's no Sagon sword. Absolutely crushed Nightmare. Also a fun character for cows. She goes around and decimates cows. Give yourselves a clap. Thank you, Tux. Let's take a look at kind of our final stat skills for where she's at after Nightmare right here. We're at 45 strength. You could be anywhere from, 43 to 60, something like that, depending on gear. Nothing in dex. I do have a little bit in energy, and then the rest in vitality. Maxed, 1-1, 1-1, and then rest into static here. So 12 right now, it looks like in static. And then we have Spirit Sword, Lore Helm, 60 life, Ancient's Pledge, Sorceress, 10 FCR, Stealth, Demon Heights Ash of Equilibrium, and a 23 Fire Res Ring right here. Charms, MF, 12 hit recovery, 24 mana, Lightning Res, Cold Res, and 6 to life. So all of that, and then of course our lower res wand for the swap is very nice as well. And like I said, you could also be in lightning right now. That would totally be fine. You would just be maxed lightning with these other skills that you're pumping points into as well. Max lightning and go like chain lightning as well. But really pretty smooth, And like I said, this is one of those as well where you can just go players 8, go to the Frigid Highlands, and rinse and repeat. I'm level 51. If I want to go back, I could do more Bale Waves, or I could just come right back here and just kill everything right here and do this over and over again. Great way to get super easy experience. You can get up to level 60. You can get up to level 70 doing this and doing your Bale Waves and all of that. And a lot of people like to do that, right? They like to stay in Nightmare until they're like level 70. They just do a bunch of Bale Waves, all of that. Personally, I like to kind of move forward at some point. This is a character where like, okay, maybe doing like 2 more Bale runs would be okay, you know, something like that. And you can look and make sure that, you know, you have your resistances getting ready and all that stuff. But I'd be like, let's go forward, you know, we'll do it in hell and figure it out. But that's just me. Again, go with what's comfortable, and if you're starting hell at this point at level like low 50, it's going to be tough. It will be very tough. You will benefit a lot from gaining some more skills. You'll be a lot stronger, and then we can also really start talking about that respec when we get to hell, when we have more of those skill points, and how we want to be there to, you know, fight other types of monsters as well, right? So it really does kind of open up a few different things.
I am overburdened.
So, you know, there's 52, but like I say, continue just farming that. Do the Bale Waves, do the Eldritch runs. Get yourself that experience. And when you're done with all that, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in part hell. Thanks for watching, YouTube.